What's up, Read on Death family, and welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, cheers. This is a Castle Danger Orange Cream Ale. As you can tell from the title and thumbnail, yes, I got a letter from the ATF. And when you open your mailbox and see that letter, there's a little bit of a pucker factor there. Here's the letter currently. And apparently, I got a first letter, which I didn't receive. And if I did, it was in the process of me moving, so I didn't see the first letter. So, let's just go over this quickly. I just thought it was relevant to the channel. So this is a real letter from the ATF. There's the header. And it reads, remedial notice regarding rare breed triggers, FR-15, and wide open triggers. If you don't know what that is, a rare breed trigger or a wide open FRT or wide open trigger is a forced reset trigger. It is a very quick reset trigger. It forces your finger off the trigger and lets you have really, really quick follow-up shots. I may or may not have purchased one. So the letter reads, you are receiving this remedial notice because you previously received a warning notice entitled, quote unquote, you may be in violation of federal law from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives regarding forced reset trigger devices, and more specifically, rare breed FR-15s or wide open triggers purchased from Red Beard Treasures, rare breed triggers, or an authorized third-party vendor. So it sounds like Rare Breed had to give up all their customer data, and Red Beard Treasures or other vendors. The warning notice informed you that those FRTs had been classified by the ATF as machine guns pursuant to the National Firearms Act. Their manufacturer was unlawful, and thus your possession was unlawful under both the NFA and Gun Control Act. The warning notice further instructed you to contact the local ATF office to coordinate the abandonment of any FRTs. Boy, I bet that first letter was a doozy, boys and girls. On July 23rd, 2024, the United States District Court of the Northern District of Texas held in National Association for Gun Rights, ET-AL versus Garland, that rare breed FR-15s and wide open triggers are not machine guns under the NFA. And as such, their possession is not in violation of federal law. This letter officially notifies you of the judicial decision and is done in compliance with the court's order to mail remedial notices correcting ATF's previously mailed notices warning suspected FRT owners that possession of FRT-15s and wide open triggers or their components was illegal. Consequently, any duty to notify ATF of possession of FRTs and wide open triggers or their components has ceased. So, the ET-AL versus Garland, they won. FRTs in certain states are not considered machine guns and are legal in certain states. I'm not a lawyer, so don't take this as legal advice. Otherwise, you are stealing from me. At the very, very bottom, it says, please note, however, boys and girls, that some states independently prohibit the possession of FRTs or trigger activating devices. This notice does not address the legality of FRT-15s and wide open triggers under any state law. Kisses and sincerely loving Office Field of Operations, Bureau of Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. They must really like me. So this is from the cities, the Twin Cities in Minnesota. And Minnesota is currently, has banned any trigger activating devices. Bumpies, the FETs, the fast shooty boys, and all that fun stuff. So Minnesota is not in line with federal law at this current moment. So that means if you have one, you need to not tell anyone or just forfeit it, destroy it, whatever you have to do. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, so do what you have to do in the current situation that you're in. Minnesota, you can't have binary, you cannot have an FRT, and you cannot have a bump stock or any trigger activating devices. So this is kind of interesting that the ATF got their little pee-pee smackdown about FRTs and bump stocks and everything else that are considered trigger activating devices. So I just wanted to go over this letter for you. I know a lot of my friends received the first warning letter, and that was kind of a pucker factor as well to open the mailbox and go, oh my God, I got a letter from the ATF. But this is kind of interesting that I got a letter from the U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. And as soon as I opened it, I was kind of betting that it wasn't about the alcohol or tobacco. So leave in the comment section below if any of you have received any of these notices, the first notice or the second notice, or don't. You don't have to. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.